maximize your freedom. And then, with intention, with consciousness, in the privacy, safety of home, allow yourself to fall to pieces. Just let them all go. Fuck it. I am nothing. I'm not a man. I'm not American. I'm not a father. I'm not white. I'm nothing. In the privacy, safety of home. Take a breath. 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 Detach. Let yourself, let yourself in the privacy, safety of home, allow yourself to fall to pieces. Just let them all go. Fuck it. I am nothing. I'm not a man. I'm not American. I'm not a father. I'm not white. I'm nothing. Hello, greetings to you, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and that intro video, once again, credit and gratitude to Provo King. I think I had left it on, I sped it up a little bit, but the link is in the chat, and I also pinned the link for those who may wish to join. So today the topic, brothers and sisters, happy Sunday, happy day. Topic today was inspired by my life. Letting go and starting over. Man, those are the messages that have been repeated through my life, my growth, my development. Letting go, starting over. And this morning, I'd mentioned it on a previous stream in a community. They got a little Hilliard Fest going on and community gatherings. And this morning, several of the churches came together and shared a church service, and it was pretty cool. Community of people amidst the festivities on a beautiful Sunday morning, nice comfortable park, and sharing the praise of God. And I know confidently within me, looking around at many of the faces, they're praising what they don't. They're not confident in what they know. But I don't like to assume. I just know how I used to be. Fake the words, fake the faith, fake the belief. But I was never very good at faking. I was never very good at lying or acting. But admittedly, I know the persuasive value of language and rhetoric. It's a gift that I've been blessed to recognize within myself, and then I've tried to consciously improve on my methods of speech. Try as I might. The words I offer, the perspective seem to be, I don't know. It seems there's a lot of resistance to some of the things I offer, which is surprising since the truth is eternal. And, what I'm really suggesting people is, I don't know. The way of Jesus, the way of the Buddhas, the way of the truth is your path, your way. That's what I discovered for myself. So today the thumbnail was a quote of scripture, Isaiah 41:10. Yeah, let me pull it up on here. Actually, that's why I did that. And for those who are interested in, not just the video, I'm active on Facebook. This is what I shared today. And again, thank you to my artistic fairies, the unknown faces that have been sharing their creative talent with me. Isaiah 41:10, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Okay. So, in my perspective, and what I found resonates with me for my own meanings, God is the truth. Okay. And I am with thee, for I will strengthen thee. What strengthens us is the wisdom. What I shared in my own words was there's a strength within that can overcome and dissolve our fears. It is true. That strength that comes from within to overcome and dissolve our fears is the divine wisdom that love brings forth from within us. I hope this makes sense. Felt pretty inspiring to me when I objectively reviewed the thoughts and considered it. Because there is a truth, there is a power. There's a power to wisdom. The wisdom is brought forth from within when we connect to the divine to recognize the divinity of this experience. Sometimes it's hard to accept that this experience might be divine. It's hard to accept sometimes that this experience might be created for us, for our benefits. But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, if you want to know, you've got to find the humility within yourself and the willingness, the strength. Humility is a strength, brothers and sisters. It really is. In order to be humble and gracious in the face of unpleasantness and challenges, humility is a strength. And when we all recognize that there is a strength within ourselves to humble ourselves, humble our opinions and our minds into the reality of that which is. Okay? And so we all in our lives, we can see dark things coming. We can see trouble on the horizon. We can see a lot when we bring our minds to see. But just because there's darkness on the horizon does not mean that's a reason to, it's not a reason to bend. It's not a reason to weaken. It's maybe a reason to strengthen yourself from within. I've thought quite a bit, trying to imagine the man, Yeshua, Jesus, the Christ, trying to imagine his mind, right? He sees what's happening. He sees the signs. Who knows what he knew about himself, as far as how much clarity and detail he actually knew, but he knew the end was coming. He prayed, I've been praying a lot too. And what I seek often is simply the comforter that the Christed Spirit left behind, that God has left for us. There is a comforter within us, the spirit of comfort. And I truly believe with faith, with intention, the power of the mind, all good things can be brought forth. So I truly believe in the power of truth, in love, in cooperation. How you doing, Cage? Welcome, brother.
Thanks, Jack. How you doing, buddy?
I'm feeling good today. I really am. The reason I feel good is confirmation in my life, right? I'm going through my life. I'm praying, God, what do I do? Where do I turn? What do I change, right? And then I get confirmation in my life of things that I've been thinking about already, letting go, starting over. The story of the Christ and the teachings of Jesus is we must experience, no man may enter the kingdom of heaven without experiencing a death, right? And it's a mental death, a spiritual death of the worldly ego. When we allow ourselves to sacrifice the beliefs of yesterday, the opinions of before, when we allow ourselves to sacrifice the past and bring the moment, the present, into our hearts with acceptance and gratitude that here we are. Today is where we get to start over. Every day is a chance to reinvent ourselves, to start over wherever we are. That was actually the message from the sermon today. Having the courage and the strength, the wisdom to start over wherever you are. The example given was about someone battling, a growing problem with drinking, alcoholism, how the habits can start consuming people. But every day is a chance for us to start over, to learn new of what we can, and to move forward from where we were.
Well, there's good habits and bad habits, right, Jack? And everyone has
Amen.
to choose their poison in a certain way, and that might be in a different form. And it might not be like a drink or a joint or something. It could be people cope with all types of stuff, right? Like even this online kind of stuff. It's like a dopamine hit, you know. So
For many, I think it is. Well, this is what social media has grown into. We've got all the evidence in front of our faces of where the programming is coming from, how it's getting through, what is being put into the field. We've all got to cleanse ourselves, man. Becoming aware of what we're doing, why we're doing it.
and Jack, if I could say something.
Please.
Yeah, and I always mention this. I'm going to keep mentioning it because I feel like it could help a lot of people. And it's like the filtering of every thought that comes into your mind from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And then even after that, analyzing, like, why am I thinking like this? Why am I here? Like, what am I doing? And really realizing that a lot of these thoughts are actually implanted into you or injected into you. And a lot of them aren't really your own. Once you become conscious of that, then you can take control over your own mind, and that's the only way you can actually have control over any sort of physicality and reality. You know.
Amen, brother. And here's the reality: we will not control that which we don't notice, what we're not paying attention to. And people get so consumed in the activity of their thoughts, they don't recognize they control the mind. This is from experience. I used to suffer from that monkey mind syndrome real severely. I had, dude, I had normalized within myself patterns of anxiety, patterns of worry. Even when I sat still, my mind was working, trying to find something to worry about.
The
It's
monkey looking into the mirror video is a funny one.
yes. There's well, this is the thing, man. Humans are
It
so
was a
fucking
gorilla. It was like a silverback or something.
yeah, I think I've seen that. Humans are we're big friggin' arrogant beasts, like a bunch of monkeys and gorillas.
That's why you have to be beyond these quote unquote humans, quote humans, whatever. You have to be beyond these fucking beings and that, you know.
Brother, that is the key, is to rising above what others consider to be important, because the others is the worldly importance. We know what is important for ourselves, for life, hopefully. Well, that, you know what, I should not say that. Many people don't know what's important.
At the same time, Jack, everyone is on their own path, and
Yes.
certain students will only be receptive by ways of instruction that suit their path and their level of understanding. Right? We can't jump all over the map. So you have to respect other people's paths and just kind of let them go in their own way. You can't really force anything. You can't really teach any. Like I'm sure that you've learned, right? People have probably given you advice your entire life, but really you never took that to account until you had to really understand it for yourself and like, oh, maybe I should have listened to that, until you get, well, not you. I'm saying most people in general, right? So it's like most people in general, they're not going to learn from other people's mistakes. They're going to have to learn on their own, which is like a harder path, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Cage, there is people in this society have created resistance to learning. It's part of the mind control conditioning that everyone has been a part of. And you're right. For whatever reason, well, I know the reasons. It's just foolishness that the human patterns are not listening to the real life experience of another person to learn the lessons that they've learned, right?
I give it less than 6 minutes before Paul is in this panel. I guarantee he's probably listening right now. He's probably going to come up. I
Cage,
have a feeling.
hey,
Paul's going to spawn right now and give you a spiel.
well, Cage, Paul is invited, and
Paul,
I
get
was
the fuck
spending
up here,
time
you
with
goddamn monkey.
a
I
no.
love you. I'm a monkey too, okay?
I know there's a reason God brought all these monkeys together, but holy shit, it's like herding cats trying to have a conversation.
It's going to be insane after, what this is going to devolve into, Talcott, you know?
Hey, you know what? I'm finding comfort in my dharma, my path, right? I've realized, well, this is a thought I recognize, honestly. And what I'm suggesting to people about this letting go and starting over, reinvent yourself today. Honor your old commitments, same job, same relationship, but make the improvements within yourselves that would make your life more free, a little a little better.
Hey, Jack, like everything you're saying is completely correct. Like, I love the things you say. Like, you're saying a lot of wisdom and knowledge. So you're going within, right? You should get into fucking martial arts or something. Start showing people real life fucking action, and then they'll be like, imagine Jack had a black belt and he's like a fucking ninja. Then all of a sudden, people will be like, oh yeah. Now they're gonna realize more because these people they need to see something in reality, something physical, in a way. So
Cage, yeah, people need more than just some dude sitting here talking in front of a fireplace. I know that. But for the life and actually the martial arts, I hope to get more into that later. I mean,
I
because
think you'd be good.
honestly,
I think you'd be really good at it, Jack, because you get the mental part of it.
I when I was young, I looked into many different things. I tried kickboxing
Hey
and
man, it's never too late.
oh,
Like when I was learning Hapkido, there's guys older than you, and there's a very selective class, and there's guys older than you in there. So yeah, they got fucked up too. So don't worry, the first thing you learn is how to fall. So
I've
that's fun.
yes, I've got experience with that, but I do hope to. I mean, my intentions for my future is to bring more physical, more attention to my physical appearance and health, start getting into better shape, and trying to become a more fit, visible example. But, in the meantime, my path is what it is.
Jack, imagine you stood up right now on camera and did a backflip. People they would not be able to see shit ever again. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Dude, that would be awesome.
If you want to be on the, you could easily train yourself with that. Within a year and a half, you'd be doing
Oh,
backflips on camera. You know what I mean?
I'm sure I could.
100%, bro. Easily.
I don't know.
We'll have to condition you for a while. It's fine.
Well, that's just it. After I get some success where I'm not, where I don't feel like I'm just treading water anymore, then, then I'll work for those other directions. But for now, dude, there's something amazing and mysterious going on. It's called life. And Cage, I don't know how to convince people to invite me around, here in town. And I go a lot of places. I've advertised, I've promoted, but
I'm gonna say something. You're not gonna like it, Jack.
Say it, please. Go ahead.
Stop looking outside for help and all these other people to accept you. You have to love and accept yourself, and then all this shit will fall into your hand. You know what I mean? But you really have to do it. You know too.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not there yet. Let's be honest. Yeah?
Well, Cage, that's what's funny. We're skirting around
martial arts. Why don't you join a martial arts in Spokane? I can find you. I can ask people around. I could probably recommend you a good place to go. Why not do that? And maybe through that discipline, you'll find what you need. Why not try it? It's something different, right? It's not going to hurt you. It's going to make you. You're going to be doing a fucking backflip on here in a year and a half. And if everyone wants to talk shit, you just stand up, do a backflip, and then there's no words that can be said after that. You just deal with your shit. You know what I mean? I can see Jack being like a Shaolin master or something.
Well,
join a Hapkido thing, fucking where you're at.
But see, I don't know why everyone. I mean, I appreciate the imagination, and like I said, when my life changes, I probably will pursue stuff like this. But here's something I've come to recognize: what I think is my path, and I'm playing around with this honestly and openly for whoever. But Cage, what you just said is I need to accept myself more. And that was the conclusion that I've been toying with. I've been judging myself for not following through with my words of striving for perfection. I've still been.
As a man, Jack, if you don't have your words, if you don't say what you do and do what you say, you have nothing. So you fucking.
Cage,
when I say something,
right. Hey, Cage, here's the thing. I didn't tell anyone make that commitment to anyone except myself. But here's what I've been saying. What I told you is I've not found a way.
Yourself.
Hey, Cage, listen, please. I'm trying to find people willing to accept me for who I am today.
I accept you for you, Jack.
But okay. Well, I'm trying to find, actually, maybe that is the first step. If someone would accept me, then the hope is they would encourage someone else to, kind of promote that this is going on.
With someone else and something like this and someone accepting me. Accept yourself. I accept you, Jack.
Cage,
you don't need me. You don't need me. You have everything.
But your acceptance without anything, it does nothing. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the words. Let me get this out, please, because I know how it sounds, and it sounds arrogant. I believe I am a messenger of truth. I represent both every one of you I am no different. I'm just some fucking ordinary guy who's achieved minor things, but I'm just like all of you. However, I within myself set the goal to become more like Jesus.
Jack, I love you, brother, but you're literally you're putting yourself in a thought form that's very unconstrained. It's very, bro. I'm telling you, why don't you do this? We could hook you up with a martial arts. Why don't you do it for a day? Go for one day, and then make your judgment after that. Why not give it a chance? If you know you're trying to have all these different connections and have something different, why don't you change up your reality in a way where, maybe that's the way to find all these things. Going, like, putting in the work, like the real work, physically, mentally, spiritually, all that. If you can't ignore one of them. Then it's not complete, right? So you need to have that physical action, Jack. That's all I'm saying.
I I hear you. So what I was saying is I believe God is using me. I'm not walking today saying I am God. Okay. That is not what I'm saying. But I am saying I am more Christ like than some foolish guy who should be made fun of and told what to do by everyone. Because what I've experienced in my life as I tried to become more pure and loving and kind like Jesus, the less people trusted me, the less
This is reruns,
appreciation.
Jack. Like the saying it's a
Hey,
rerun
Cage,
every day.
Cage, let me bring it
You're about
in.
to
So
kick me.
think,
Sorry,
Cage,
but yeah.
Cage. So think about how, assuming there is a creator, how that creator is looking at humanity, right? I honestly believe if someone would work with me instead of tell me
I
what to
will work
do,
with you. I accept you, Jack. I'm going to work with you, but you will not accept it. You have to
well,
work for
I'm willing
yourself.
to accept anyone willing to try my
All
ideas.
right, so why don't you be willing to? It's not Jack. It's like it's your way or the highway, right, Jack? I know personality
No,
types.
Cage, this is my point. I'm offering people the opportunity to cooperate with me. I think God
I'm
is
trying to
asking,
cooperate with you, Jack.
Cage, listen, this is a message from God. God is asking all of us individually to go to God, to work with God, bring God into your life. Your life will improve. Okay, this is what happened with me. Now, people think my life is not improved because I have a lot of unresolved answers. I'm
Get into the
seeking.
fucking martial arts gym, do a backflip in a year and a half on you, and then you don't need to talk. Be like, oh, everyone wants to talk, improve, backflip. Right there in front of the fucking goddamn chair you're on, in front of your fireplace. And then no one could say shit. Do that. Why not? Is that gonna hurt you? No. It's gonna prolong your
No,
life. It's gonna bring you closer to your family,
I
closer to
know
your
it will.
goals. And
Yeah.
what's the big deal about this whole fucking post office shit? Either way, you're a slave for this fucking shit. It's better
No,
off
I'm
now.
not.
You seem like you're living semi comfortably. You have food, you
I
have
am.
shelter. So it
Dude, I'm
doesn't matter
blessed.
then. So dude, you're good. So it doesn't really matter about this
Cage,
shit. Stop holding on to this fucking bullshit, man.
Cage,
That from my perspective. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just offering my perspective, and I'm not
I
telling you what to do
appreciate.
or any of that. But
I know. I
if I was in
appreciate.
your shoes, I'd get the fuck into the what is it, Spokane? Go search up Spokane and have keto. Find the fucking closest place. Go there for a day. Try switch it up a bit and see if you meet new people that might help you around your area. You never know. Just try it. It's up
I
to you.
Yeah, that's something I could do. I also see many, many other options for my time,
Help
which,
your fucking self. If you don't help yourself, no one's gonna go help you. Okay.
hey, Cage,
Mm.
right? That's the American way. Help yourself. If you're not going to do it, nobody else will do it for you. What I'm suggesting to you and everyone else is we have different ways of living together, right? I actually learned this in the union from the union perspective. An
Apparently, someone
injury
named
to one,
Jack. Sorry to interrupt you, but apparently, someone named Margot owes you a few fucking blowies. But you know what I mean, they owe the
there's
top.
there's impersonators and imposters of people, and you know, Margot has been a part of my past. I don't think it's the real Margot in there. It's the Margot loves Jack. I don't know.
And hold on, now I'm seeing another comment. Chem before the storm. It's not Aikido, it's Hapkido. It's a Korean thing. It's not Aikido. It's not like that Steven Seagal fucking bullshit. It's Hapkido. It's a lot different. Not Aikido. Hapkido with an H. Hapkido. You know? There you go. Very different.
There's lots of different styles and philosophies, that's for sure.
It's a Korean thing.
Mm-hmm. I spent a year and a half in Korea. I was in Seoul. Pretty cool.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect then. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you were stationed over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope to return one day.
There you go. Did you like
but who knows? Did you see some kid like allegedly ran across the DMZ into the North Korean side? Some young soldier. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that. No, Jeff, I haven't.
Happened recently, and it's who knows if it's real or propaganda. If it's real, that kid he ran out of fear. Fear will make people do the stupidest things. But so will love sometimes. That's why we got to think things through. Yeah. And Cage.
Yep.
There's a reason our paths crossed, and I do believe maybe there's a way for us to help each other. I don't know how.
I don't need your help. I always give more than I receive, Jeff. But if you need any help at all you got to do is ask and be open to it, and you'll get it, my friend.
Okay. Cage, I appreciate that offer, but please, from the uniqueness of my
I don't want anything from you, though. No offense, or from anyone else. It's not just you. I don't accept anything from anybody.
Cage, that shows something within yourself, and I'd challenge you as a friend. Ask yourself why you would deny yourself receiving good things, especially in exchange for doing good. That doesn't make sense.
Because you got to give without expecting to receive, right? So for me, it's like
Amen. You can give without expectations, but please don't put restrictions on me and how I live. I mean,
not on you. It has nothing to do with you.
I understand, but Cage, please. It's a tendency that what I used to do the same thing. Okay. And I'm not saying, actually, I'm not trying to assume, but I know a tendency within this world is for people to deny themselves from receiving opportunities, even when they've earned it, even when they've done good. They still know I don't want that. I've done it myself. It's
I know what you're saying, but I know exactly where you're coming from, Jeff. It's like not being open to. It's like every good deed is you get fucked for it. But I know that mindset and that program. But for me, it's like I really don't need much, So I'd rather not take. I'd rather give.
Amen. But it feels good to give. And when we don't allow others to give to us.
Well, that's the true gift. The true gift is giving, right?
Yes. Amen. Hey, this is something I recognize too. Sometimes our suffering actually gives others the purpose. I recognize this in myself. When I was so insane that I couldn't prevent myself from drinking alcohol on my own, I was checked in, and there was a team of people to help make sure that my body cleansed safely, and that, I was kept to the least discomfort that the team of people could do. So my suffering allowed others to share their purpose, right? To help me when I needed help. So we all need help in this world, but this society has taught us we're all on our own and rise above asking, or what's that?
I hear you, Jack, but like you're saying, you need help in order to get yourself out of the hole you put yourself into. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's let me tweak the way you said that, but it's true. I am in a hole. I found myself within, and I've dug myself pretty deeply into this hole.
Twist it
Yeah.
whatever way you like. It still is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Back to
So
the abyss with Jack.
I'm trying to figure out. This is actually what I've been explaining around town too, honestly and humbly. I got a 20-year-old kid here in
Bro,
town,
do a fucking backflip in
filled
front of
with
people around
anger.
town. They'll be like, okay, Jack is really on this shit. You know what I mean? Jack,
Uh,
fucking train your fucking mind. Like, you've trained your mind like a weapon. Now, your body is also the temple. So, I'm saying, Jack, imagine Jack stood up right now and did a backflip. No one could ever say shit to him ever again. You'd be a legend. Just fucking deal
I'm
with it, man.
I'm trying to figure out levitation or some sort like that.
Bro,
So,
we'll levitate the fuck out of you and make you do a triple backflip. Fuck out of here, bro. You have
mm.
to learn the true art. It's real.
Hey, the true art is, I believe, Zen, the art of flow, the art of doing, not doing, being, not being, not doing, or whatever. Welcome,
Gentlemen,
Joe. How you doing today,
Yes,
brother?
Joe. How are you, man?
I'm
There we
doing
go.
well. Good day,
How are those
gentlemen.
rings
How are
doing?
you?
Double ringing it, huh? There we go.
Yes, double ringing it. Actually, the chickens, they just put the chickens up. I was outside, there was chickens up under the window. I just left Moses, man. I was showing him the farm and all that shit. I don't know if you cats even talk anymore, but I was showing him the layout.
Haven't heard from Moose in a bit. I
Yeah,
reached out to him the other day when I had an idea, and
yeah.
he didn't seem interested. So,
Yeah, I talk all that shit, but I'm not gonna lie, Jack. Cause every time you be like, "Yeah, someone help me," I'm hard on you because I want you to be, independent and shit. It's not personal. I be like, "Nigga, fuck that, do for self." And I can't lie though, I was a little hurt when I asked Paul for help the other day, and he blew me off. I was a little hurt. Uh, I
what
asked
did
him.
you ask?
I asked him just for the name of the video was Spellbound Security Guard. He believes the magic words and shit that the court system and the government says. So I'm like, who do I go to help for this video? Paul and
Voila,
Wizard.
voila.
And I went to fucking Wizard, said, I don't have time for that. You speak to me on another forum, and he left. And Paul was like, I don't know. Paul blew me off too.
Wizard, it gets way too deep because these people they're gonna paint you as a target after when you expose their game and that, right? And so it's better
Right.
to talk privately. You don't always have to talk online, right? You can
Yeah.
talk outside of here.
Yeah.
Live
Maybe that's what
streams
he's
is
thinking.
fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. That's always possible. Talk to me on a
I
different
think
platform.
personally, Cage, I think they were mad at. I think we were in Jack's that day. I think they were both mad at Jack, and they didn't have time for me. Had it been a different vibration, different type of conversation, but when I hopped up, they were already back and forth. And
But
Wizard,
Joe, you know what I see though? I see like no joke, like brothers and sisters or siblings, arguing amongst each other
I
in a
love you,
way.
Cage. I
You know
love
what I
you.
mean?
That is exact. Not in a way. That is exactly what it
Yeah,
is. I'm
yeah.
not God, but surely you are my brother, and Jack is my brother. I have to have the same patience, tolerance, and love that I have for my actual brother with you guys. That's a real thing, in my opinion.
Hey, Joe, you already know you got a friend in me.
I love it. I dig it. And I'll be honest, even if you treated me bad, I'd still love you. I don't think it would
I
change.
can't I can't treat another person bad. I'll treat myself worse before I do that.
Yes, that's me. Better me than you, right? Okay, this is great. Well, let me ask Jack, because I know your answer already. Let me ask Jack. Jack, if you had to choose between slave and slave master, which do you choose?
What?
Oh my!
No,
The slave and slave master. Which would you choose? It's a very simple question.
no, neither.
No, that's not an option. That's not an option.
That's not an
Okay,
option. It's an A or
I
B
guess,
here.
all right. I'd assume the master and treat the slaves as brothers.
Cage, what is your answer?
Yeah. How much time do you have?
Give me the short one first, and then I got all day.
like I said, I don't play games.
Slave or slave master.
I don't play games.
I don't do the play game shit, blah blah blah. But I don't mind doing a hypothetical from time to time. And in this hypothetical,
Hypothetically, I'd rather be the slave.
exactly. Hypothetically, I couldn't enslave another. Better me.
I'd rather be the slave. Yeah.
Yeah, same. That'd be my answer too. No one, Jack.
Fuck happened, Joe? You're muted, man.
Joe, your audio's gone, brother. You dropped out. Return with no sound.
They fucked up the audio again.
Well, hey,
okay.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
Now we hear you again. So we're at. So my answer was I'd rather be the slave, and you were trying to say something, and then your shit went in and
Okay. I
out.
was trying to say, yeah, I'd rather be the slave too. And Jack, no one wants to be the slave. Is our natural nightmare, but I think it's an equivalent to me, a person putting a gun to me and telling me, shoot him or I'll kill you. Shoot Jack or I'll kill you. Shooting you is not really an option. Owning people and having slaves is not really an option. The other one is. I can't hurt you.
See, only a man like Joe understand what that means. All the chats going like, "What do you mean? No, you'd rather be a slave."
I don't know.
Fucking
Here,
idiot. You have no idea what the game is. That's fine.
Yes,
something to consider though, and something that I am kind of proud of myself that I've developed. I can lead, and I'm perfectly comfortable following.
Yeah.
You know, I got no problem if someone's got the right mission, the right ideas.
Very good.
They will get my 100% effort to support.
Hey,
but
Jack.
they start hearing us wrong, and they don't listen. Fuck them. They're on their own.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, I'm listening. I hear you. But hey, Jack, just to clarify what the question was for the people in the chat, would you rather be the slave master or the slave? Remember, that was a question. And now people are going all crazy and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be a slave."
No one wants to be a slave, bro. But here, to the people in chat, and I'll start paying attention to chat. To the people in chat, if I put a gun in your head and tell you to shoot another man, or I'll shoot you, these are your only two options. Do you shoot that guy and you survive, or do you allow me to shoot you? And you guys can answer that if you want.
Go ahead and shoot me, bro. Good luck with that one, you know. That's the way my mind is.
Yeah. Hey, actually, kind of a perfect segue into, you know, I've said I've spent a lot of time trying to imagine the faith and devotion that Yeshua may have had.
Okay.
And committing ourselves to righteousness, believing that standing on truth, standing on what is right will protect us in the long run.
Yes.
That's how I've been living for a while.
Praise God. That's how I get out.
So
I think if they say acknowledge, I haven't read the Bible in years. I'm a huge fan, and I've read it voraciously, but it's been some years, I gotta admit. But I'm sorry, I done lost my train of thought. But that's what happens. As soon as I start smoking this shit, I can't recall it. Damn, man. But it's worth it when you're doing like editing or I don't know, philosophizing and shit.
Philosophizing, that Joe.
Yeah, when you got to go to them crazy places, this shit helps.
Amen. The calm mind will allow the ego to travel beyond what it, you know, into the unknown. And hey, I'm not sure when you were responding, it was about faith, you know, being able to have the faith, letting go of the world, letting go of the problems, letting go of everything that was in order to receive the new.
And with letting go of shit, we always remember Talcott.
with the every end begins anew, right? So we can begin a new version of ourselves each day.
Right now, this moment, you can become a new man. Yeah.
Amen. And that sounds scary, sometimes.
I'm gonna line up the old Joe, the old Talcott, the old Cage, and just headshot them all in that shallow grave.
Hey, check this out. Um, I was the angriest fuck you ever met when I first got here. I was literally angry as fuck. I jumped on everything to move. You didn't see me in those days. It's a good thing. I was not this guy. I was even at the cops. Look at my old vids, motherfucker. I was just super angry. And I went in somebody's room the
I
other
don't
day,
blame
and
you. You should be fucking angry. You know what I mean?
let's check this out. I went in someone's room yesterday or something, and I was just in chat rapping and said, "Hey, ain't seen Joe in a while, blah blah blah. What you been up to, Joe?" And they was like, and they said, "You know what? Joe is the calmest guy I know. He gets angry less than anybody I know. It's really hard to get him angry." They don't know how that touched
You
my
don't
heart,
want to see
right?
when Joe is like a flip of the coin. You don't want to see the other side of the coin with Joe. Joe's the
Yes.
coolest motherfucker ever, but yeah,
I,
the
at
cool is
this
all. What's the opposite of cool? You know what I mean?
Yes,
Fucking.
yes. And I think people tune in, and that's why I have a big channel. They wait for a cop to slip up because I can't control myself when I feel like I'm disrespected. I'm not that big yet. If you guys are like disrespectful and shit, I don't know. I get mad, bro.
Mad about
Uh,
what though? People's
um,
stupidity. It's like little. You're gonna get mad at the child, right? The sibling. It's
mhm.
like a sibling thing, right?
Thank you, Cage. You're absolutely right. I think that's why I'm trying to work on it. I shouldn't let my anger control me and all of those things. But I fall for it. I do. Here, I hate to say it. I shouldn't even say this shit because I shouldn't be telling my weaknesses. But people cutting me off. Fucking hate that shit. And and that'll get under my skin. Now you could call me a hard ER 87 times, and then it misses me. Fucking keep cutting me off. Oh my God! Here comes Jack. Paul, motherfucker.
Hey, Joe. Sorry to cut you off, but I love you, brother.
That's it, man. Hey, Joe, I respect. I haven't seen a lot of angry outbursts. I haven't seen the hot Joe. I
That's
love
good.
I love the energy of Joe Cool. And
Thank you for that.
I've received, I mean, I pay attention and I learn from those I admire. People
Man.
like you. You've got a coolness to you and a way of
Yeah,
communicating.
yeah.
Um,
Hey, Jack, let me ask you. You just reminded me of a question I had for you earlier. You said if someone has a good plan, blah blah blah, I don't mind following. I'm a good follower. I'm a good leader, and I've always saw myself in that way. But I at that moment I thought, what if and are we following? Are we really following, or are we just working together?
there you go.
You got a good
Yeah.
idea. I'm working with you. Am I really following?
No, Joe,
Yeah,
hey, brother, I think that you just keyed in on it. A
yeah,
good leader
yeah.
is cooperating, right?
I like it.
And a good follower is
It's
cooperating
doing
with
the
the
same
leader.
thing. Yeah, it's doing the same thing.
And we can all do that. Teamwork is not really understand. There's people, dude, this is a profession I envisioned myself kind of getting into, was helping these businesses understand teamwork and or
Yeah,
leadership and
yeah.
shit
Hey,
like that.
Jack.
But
If I could say something quickly.
hmm?
Yeah. So the only thing you're supposed to look up at, in my opinion, is yourself. And the only time you're supposed to look down is when you're trying to help someone up. You know.
Take it
So
out.
that's the way I move. I don't know about you guys.
I somewhat respect, but I found benefit. There's a lot of people I openly admire. They're not flawless, they're not
Very
perfect, and
good. I'm glad you
but
followed up with that. Yeah, they're not
they
flawless, but I admire them. Yeah, that
different
would
people.
include.
We lost your voice. Your audio's
No,
gone again,
your
dude.
fucking internet's interrupting you. It's pissing me off. It's worse than the ER after it. For God's sakes.
I
All
think you're back.
right.
I think you're back. I think what you were saying is
Now your own internet's doing
it
it to you.
can
You know.
it can include yourself. When you accept even with the imperfections, you can look up to yourself You can lead yourself, but I look for people who are better than me, better speakers, maybe present themselves
All right,
more
check this out.
confidently.
Check this out. Check this out, Jack. I don't know if that's a thing, finding people who are better than me, maybe better than me at a particular thing.
In those
And
traits, yes.
strictly and only in those traits. And
Mhm.
in that sense, I don't sub shit is what I was finna say. There's no fucking difference between you and you if I've achieved more YouTube success. And for Paul, whatever freedom truth that he has arrived at, blah blah blah. I see him exactly like you, Cage, and the rest of these niggas. Well, you've excelled over here. This guy spent his time over here, and this is what we look like when we come together. No one's better. I will say you're better at basketball. You crushes me in the sports. That guy, blah blah blah. But I think
Hey,
I am a.
Jack's a lot better than me at a lot of things. Same with Joe. Same with
Uh,
everyone listening on here. Everyone has their gift. Everyone's good at what they do, and everyone has a talent that could be utilized. And this is why the Masons, for example, they have the beehive symbolism, right? They have a bunch of different bees utilizing, creating the hive, which is hexagram shaped, and it gets pretty deep there. There's a reason
Hey,
for it.
if I think our natural instincts, once humanity starts dropping the conditioning and we
okay.
start listening to each other, I think the instincts are going to help develop us into this hive mindset. Everyone will be unique and individual, working their own path towards the
Yes.
greater
Hey, hey,
land.
hey, you're onto something, man. Why is it that people do not allow the individual? That is a huge thing in society. What the fuck is that? What is our fear? I assume there's a fear, but you are not allowed to be an individual, right? I can't just accept you as you are. That's Jack. No, you got to go with you got to do this because we do it. I don't know. What the
Hold
fuck
on,
is that?
pause for a minute. No one's
Yeah.
telling me no one's telling me that people are not allowed to be individuals. You're an individual, Jackson. All these people are individuals. I'll slap the fuck out of you if you try making people not be individuals. Yeah, try
Yeah.
facing me after.
I think
Come knock on
I
my
think
door. Come face Cage.
I
If
think
he,
Joe is
if
describing
they
what
if
he
they're trying,
sees
not
in
you, but I'm saying
society.
the people that are trying, the people that are trying to stop that. Nah, it's gonna continue. It's not gonna end. There's always gonna people. People live by the code. They're gonna keep up the code. You know what I mean?
I
That's
do.
it.
We are living, I truly believe we're living at a time right now. People haven't realized all the stuff they've been learning yet. And we are at a time and an age. There's a tremendous shift. The truth is becoming undeniable about the corruption and these fucking costume games of
I think
authority.
that's
And
the social media thing, and they're trying to control that too. But that changed the game. Things that were unsaid, conspiracy theories that you never heard because you got the same 3 channels and had the same 8 friends. Now you've been shown, and shit blew up like a wildfire, and now they're trying to slow it back down.
look at just this simple act. The three of us here with
Yeah,
others participating or listening, this is like it is the public square of communication.
I would agree.
And it's actually beyond that. I mean, online right now, this age we are living in, this information age, there is so much to be learned about the past, the present, the future. The future is up to each of us to figure out, to create what we want. And leading and following, working together with others, we can bring ideas together and capture talents, bring some collaboration of efforts, make a project real simple.
Here's the problem, though. We get not me personally. I work with any motherfucker, and I've done it. And my track record proves it. But here's the problem: somebody's gonna come up, and we're gonna say, Jack, you got to do it this way, though. You got to do it this way, right? When we're gonna get together, and we say, yes, we're gonna stop the cops. We're gonna get together. We're gonna go here and stop the cops, and then someone is gonna think that you must do it their way. Well, if we're gonna achieve this, it must be this way. If I can give a little cop watching analogy, you go out there, you have 8 different people, right? And some idiot, I'm sorry, because I'm thinking about a person in particular, is going to step up and say, listen, this is what we're going to do. Right? And he expect those to follow, and we're like, hey, nigga, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and I'm gonna embarrass that guy in front of all his people, and he is gonna think, Joe's an asshole. But yes, I got a way to do it. You think we got 8 niggas doing it 8 different ways? Now we got a shot, or do we all do it your way? What are we doing here? In my opinion,
It's that internal individual need for control. But see,
it is. What is that?
it's our insecurity is what it
That's
is.
probably what it is.
Well, Jack, before I mute for a second, what Joe was kind of alluding to was like you'd better have, it's better to have people moving as individuals and doing their own thing instead of being like locked down to one way of thinking, and then you can have like a greater cause if people are looking out for each other.
It works in every aspect, Cage. If music,
Yeah.
if this cat likes
We got the
rock
orchestra, we got the conductor, all
and
that.
you teach me some fucking Hispanic music, and I do some fucking, I'm better off for hearing 3 different kinds of music as opposed to just staying with that one shit. It benefits in every fucking thing when you let that person be an individual, bro.
Exactly.
And I admire, like, you know what? You got these people that are LARPers. They play video games in the forest for real. They dressed up in costumes and throw little sandbags at each other and play sword play and stuff. I admire that to the hilt. That is some of the most courageous shit I've ever seen. And this is coming from I run the streets, and I'm telling you that these guys playing in the woods, the fat, oversized dude that got out his crib, went in the woods with his friends, and they're out there having fun, throwing that beanbag. They are gods in my eyes. I admire them so much. Because it's going against the courage it takes, right? They're going to get ridiculed and they're being themselves. Do your thing. Be you. I support you. I don't judge you.
Joe, fucking respect. I honor that, because yeah, people being courageous enough to be themselves. It's a start. Even if it's not, even if it's not
the exact thing, that's where you begin with that start. I would agree.
Yeah, they start building their confidence.
Yes, right. And the things you do. Here's another philosophy of mine. When you give a person a soft place to land in conversation, then they become more daring in what they'll put forward. Right? It's priceless to suck up that ego and not make fun of that person or not criticize them, because you never get to the meat of that person had you not sat there and let them abuse you a little bit. It sounds weird, but they're gonna do some awkward shit. Some of them will say something that's kind of fucked up. Like for instance, it's not necessarily abuse. It's like I got white buddies who slip up and say the hard ER. I can't make it the end of them and do, oh my God, I can't do that. I
there you go.
Show it happened fucking again. It's your pet peeve, bro. It's the fucking internet doing it to you. No one's interrupting. We can't hear you, bro. I don't want you spieling. Now we can.
I'm an idiot, bro.
We see how that keeps fucking happening. You say you don't like it. The things you don't like the worst, and you see you're focusing on that, it keeps happening. It's funny, isn't it?
You got to give a soft place to the guy who gives you the hard ER. When they're around me, it's like Tuesday fucking morning. They didn't.
What do you mean the hard ER? Think about that word. You want to get put into the ER hardly? Yeah. How hard do you want to get put into the ER?
Hard ER.
What's the ER?
It can cause the hard ER. I get where it's going. The hard ER.
No, I see you.
I see you with that hard ER shit. I see you with
the hard ER.
All right.
You know what I mean? So we talk about our people like that.
But the thing is, it's the same philosophy. You create a soft place to land. I could have ended the shit there, and now he's afraid to even fucking open his mouth. He's watching all his words. Or I can be like, shit happens. You wouldn't want to do that around other motherfuckers. So I got to tell you, careful and leave it at that. And the motherfucker, he can open up more and more. He would slip up again. All right, hey, I'm getting better. Now you have an open shit, and this motherfucker's being daring. Now you can make progress because he's not a fucking afraid anymore. Now together you can make progress. Otherwise, you get the lesser, smaller version of a man.
I'd rather move by myself for certain things, but yeah, if you have a good team, that's always fine. But at the end of the day, you're your own first responder.
You
your own real
can't
fucking,
forget that,
you know what I mean?
right? You can't
So-
forget that. That's why it's hard for me to criticize anyone else because you got to criticize yourself first, as Cage just said. And I have the most shortcomings, which is why I hope I criticize niggas less than anybody, right? And work on me. I got a long way to go. Fuck that shit.
Well, what you're saying too about
George's been around for a long time. Sorry, Jack.
what you're saying about picking the battles too, man. There's something about that. Allowing a little grace for someone to show they're stupid and give them a little support to help them avoid their
Yes. If it's a faux pas, you don't want to look bad in public. Otherwise, you might have a good laugh about it. You know, my girl is clumsy. We laugh about it all the fucking time. And we got the greatest relationship. She's so comfortable. She can say anything the fuck she wants around me and all that shit. And we discussed this philosophy, soft space to land shit. And you can say what you want. You know, won't pay a price for it. Right? You know, imagine that shit. You know,
ooh. I'm sorry, but you know what this soft place to land?
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of the greatest causes of childhood trauma, right? Children, while they're still learning and still adapting who they are,
it stops their development. Very good. It would stop their development. Yes, it would fuck them up in so many ways we couldn't imagine.
And I'm sure that happens. You know, frustrated moms and dads, they're in a rush, not thinking, snapping at that little innocent mind.
Didn't I tell you? Why do you stop asking me questions? Right. Yeah. And you got this kid now, he thinks it's wrong to ask questions. What ramifications later on down the line when he's your age and he was afraid to ask questions all this time?
Joe, that is exactly it. And we've got a lot of adults today carrying around these impressions that they never really saw.
You know how I know that's true, Jack? Because I can't have a direct conversation with any of them. And certainly the more there are, the more danger you're in. I can't say you are too aggressive in your response to so-and-so. Because any critique, you will get attacked by someone. Right. So you're holding baggage from somewhere. It ain't me. You should appreciate me. Kind of aggressive. I'm sorry. You know how it is. It's you know, I do get kind of aggressive, or I'll look at it, I'll take it in. That person that's the way normal people who are healthy would say. Or say, no, I don't think I'm aggressive. They want to say aggressive. Look at what you do. Look at your 89 shortcomings. Look at what happened. You wouldn't do that. What the fuck is that? That is carrying something from somewhere.
It is. And it's normal though. I mean, it's the group think doesn't see much wrong with that. And it's the state of our society. But what I know and what I trust, brothers and sisters, we the future. The future is us.
Jack, I better see you in a year and a half doing a fucking backflip on camera. I swear to God. If I don't see you in a year and a half doing a backflip on camera, I'm fucking giving up on you, bud.
Cage, here's what I know. If someone wants to help me learn how to do a backflip, I could learn how to do a backflip in probably a couple of weeks.
You better be. We're going to send Jack to the Shaolin Temple and shit.
We're sending
to it on, bro. Fuck you, bro. We're sending with Nachi Keta. We'll take you in there.
Hey, I actually hope to learn directly from many people who I've been inspired from a distance. And some of those include some very athletic people as well. So hey guys, as far as I'm concerned, I can't believe these words are actually true for me. but I hit that half century mark in my age.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just getting started.
Same.
It's just the beginning, man. You're young. You're good.
Yeah.
It is the beginning. And every day I let go of what wasn't serving me. I still cling to a few stupid choices in my day.
Very good.
But I start over every day. And I encourage everyone. This idea of the Dharma
Listen, Jack, I gotta stop you because
please.
you've put me on this track. I used to be okay with saying every day. I'm no longer okay with every day. Now I must say moment to moment, and I got that from you. It's not too late right now. Right now you can restart shit at any time. You ain't gotta fucking do it again. You get a new shot tomorrow. No, you get a new shot now.
Amen.
Do better now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes. And it starts just with that, the words of conviction. Yeah. I am improving. I am doing more.
That's
I am
them
doing better.
That's cemented in your subconscious, man. That's the first part, man. My girl never lets me say nothing negative. I was doing a video and I had did it before and I forgot I even had the fucking video because I was dropping shit. I forgot. And so much time passed and I accidentally found it. I'm like, fuck, I never dropped this video, but you know what? I could do better. Right. And I did a piece of fucking artwork, in my opinion. And the art is not what people come to see. So I was like, yeah, I killed this video, man. Absolutely everything, the sound is perfect and all of that shit. But no one will watch it because they don't like the shit that I like. And she says they won't watch it because of what you just said. Meaning you just spoke that shit, right? You just got like, you're right. Thank you, baby. Damn. Yes, the damn thing did. The damn video did well.
I put in the private, of course, Joe, it always do well. But Jack, put in the private a phone number and a link to. Tell him Cage sent you. Call the number and fucking attend.
I'll look it up. I'll investigate. I'll check it out. Thank you, Cage.
You fucking better do it, man. I'm not gonna joke.
Joe, I want to congratulate you and encourage her if she hears, because good on you, man. Having someone like that in your corner saying, hey, check yourself. Dummy.
Right. Now, I could have jumped her. Right. I could have jumped her because she knows she has a soft place. She can say shit like that and benefit me.
Yep.
God. It's fucking internet.
Search it up. It's right up your fucking alley. Integrity martial arts. Search it up. Search up the fucking.
I like it. Integrity martial arts. It describes as descriptive as fuck. I don't think I have to look it up. I think I can get from what it's just saying.
Thank you, kid.
No problem, bud.
There was something else there though. Where we're at, Joe. What I'm learning and becoming more comfortable is this now, right? Something I thought of earlier. We settle ourselves into the moment, become comfortable in the moment, and then choose when that moment ends, and then start a new moment and a new moment.
I never thought of it like that. I guess, what do you call it? Literally, I guess that's what's occurring. There's no way out of it. That is what is occurring literally. All right. I never thought of it that way, but literally each moment is now. Yeah.
And if each of us can start training our minds to be attentive to now, with a purpose within our heart of greater things in the future, man, well, we would let go of the past. We could start over together. Right. Every day, even if you got an enemy, next time you see them is an opportunity to start over.
I would agree. And it sucks, but this is the way enemies are. I'm sure you will be starting over often. That's why he's called an enemy. Just so
I'm gonna be vague with this, Joe and Jack. But I'll give you a good example of this in my own personal life. I had every reason to do harm to people. I had every reason to do it, but I decided not to. Why? Because I've seen that this individual, he changed his life. I've seen it change there. So I'm not going to fucking ruin that.
Yeah.
If he's trying to have a good change, I'm not going to be the one to. But if he didn't, then he would have caught it. So
Hey,
that's
check
fine.
this out. I had
So,
one a
yeah.
guy I wanted to hurt, and I think the change was me. I had stopped getting high. I was in methadone joint at this time when I was wanting to get this guy, and I had asked the three worst motherfuckers I could find because I wanted them to say, "Yeah, kill that nigga," and all of them said, "Don't do it." And some things occurred, and I did not. And he's still the same piece of shit that he was then, but I hope I'm different. You know?
You're a better man,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, you better man than you were at that time,
Yes, yes, you
right?
can start every
So,
day as your every moment. I took advantage of that fucking moment, and try to make better decisions from then on. And you know what? I don't want to say made it easy. It feels easy because I got God on my side. But you know
amen.
what? You know what made it easy? Departing
For,
from a lot of the habits and the ways and the things that I did. If I
hey,
couldn't
Joe.
have become this person if I kept running the streets. I couldn't have become this person. I
Mhm.
don't think.
Hey, for sure, Joe. But from my example, I know I'm being vague with it, but
Yeah.
what it was mostly it's like knowing what you're able to do, and then if you
Yes.
see someone making a change, and that you're not gonna. But also what it was I contacted him like man to man, like he's gonna have to come fucking face me and talk eye to eye. So he got the fact that he did that, and then he changed his life up. I'm gonna allow it. I'll let it slide. You gotta be nice to people too, in a way.
Hey, good for you. Forgiveness, especially when it's acknowledged
But
when
you
someone.
gotta come fucking face me face to face. That's the only. If you ignored that, if you never showed up, then it would have been a whole different fucking story. That's fine.
Hey, Joe, I think you froze up again, brother. I don't know where you are in space or time.
Joe's about to get too real, so he had to freeze. He's about to get way too real with it.
Right.
He knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. He's about to freeze up. You know what I mean?
Holy cows.
He'll be back in a
Um,
minute.
I hope so. I enjoy Joe's energy, and he's dropping some wisdom today, you know? The
Joe's a
hey,
wise man. He's a wise
this
person.
this act of forgiveness and allowing even our enemies an opportunity to grow and change, it allows us the opportunity to grow and change. And I tell you what, rising above a conflict, being able to walk away, let it be, you know, there's some strength to that. And not every battle needs to be engaged, especially when, it's just misunderstandings. That's the thing that is so frustrating. Most conflicts and enemies are just simply misunderstandings, disagreements about what is available to be understood. But Cage, we're here to change this world, my brother, and this I'm very confident of. Because letting go, starting over, those have been the lessons of my life. They are priceless.
Jack, we have to change ourselves first.
I have.
We start with that. No, we have to continue doing that. It's like it's a never-ending
Right.
thing, right? Like
But
as soon as you think
Cage,
you have, that means you're locked into another thing, a possible
no,
one.
no, Cage. I have changed and I'm encouraging others to accept that I don't need to keep changing before I'm accepted. Because what I'm offering to each of
Bro,
you,
who's saying you're not accepted? Who's saying I'm not? I do see what you hear. Jack, you have a lot of great things to say. I'm not denying that,
I
and I'm not
recognize.
saying,
Thank you.
and I'm not saying that I don't accept. I accept you, bro. Like there is
I
good people.
believe.
Maybe you have to surround yourself with better people. Maybe you have to look in the private chat, call that number in the morning, and fucking attend a free thing. Tell them, Kay sent you just attend a few classes for free. And then you'll go in. You might have to pay a bit, but look what you're wasting your fucking bullshit money on either way. Did I hear last time you're paying Paul money?
No,
Okay,
no.
good.
You may
What
have
did you?
heard something, but no, I have contributed to Paul in the past.
You said
Made
paying
donations.
$300 a month, and you're like yelling. You're saying 300
No,
is not enough or something.
no,
You paid him
no.
$300, didn't you? You're an idiot.
There's been, hey, it
You
doesn't
paid Moose
matter.
money, didn't you?
Hey,
You fucking idiot.
Cage.
No offense,
Yes,
man. I'm sorry.
Cage. Rather than convict me for what you think was a
I'm not
foolish choice.
convicting you for anything.
All right.
People are
Okay.
taking advantage of you, Talcott. That's all it
People,
is.
yes, people reveal their characters with me. I am a generous man who is open and honest about my situation, my goals, and my
What are they taking
desires.
advantage of you for? I don't like that.
Because I think God is using me. You know, others get to
Well, the
be
devil could use
themselves.
you too. They're taking advantage of you, the fucking demons. You know.
I
That's
know.
fine.
I've grown so much in my compassion, my forgiveness, my understanding. I have so much love. I don't care what has happened. I just want for something to change. And I'll check out that place, Cage. I'll go check that out. I was actually, I've been talking about more self-love for myself and actually giving my body more attention. I've been putting off starting a gym membership. Maybe this is a different alternative that might be more fun and healthy. Thanks for the idea, Cage.
Bro, I'm telling you, get into that. And all of a sudden, Jack's doing a backflip, and everyone's shut the fuck up after Jack. You're gonna get into it. I'm telling you, Jack, you're gonna start doing ninja shit. You're gonna start levitating all day. Just fucking get into the martial arts. It's gonna take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, bitch. You better get used to fucking pain. Enjoy
Cage,
it.
I've done that before. I served in the military.
No.
I
I know you served in
understand.
the military. Fucking inject you with shit. It made you retarded or something. I'm not even joking. I think that's the truth of it. What did they fucking poke you with, Talcott?
I don't even know. I've never gone
But
back
they
to look.
did. They did inject you with stuff, right?
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, dude, they gave us all sorts of shots, and then I traveled overseas too, so they threw extra shit into my body. And then it was funny. For years, I couldn't donate blood after I got out of the service
They
because
fucking experimented on you, didn't they?
no, it was because of mad cow disease
Oh, for
where we
God's
were
sake. They
stationed
experimented
at.
on you, buddy. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
I'm
that.
sure they did. Dude, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they experiment on these healthy young kids? If you want to understand what chemicals are going to do, you got citizens who volunteered to give up all their rights just for a paycheck and, some honor.
I'm
Praise
sorry
God.
for all this fucking nonsense you had to go through, Jack. But trust me, there's people working. There's people working in the background, and these
I
things
know.
will become resolved. And don't worry about it. Don't stress so much. Just try
Oh,
waking up every day and being happy. Right? That's the most you
Cade,
can do. Just be happy.
thank you again for that reminder because that's what I've learned too. And here, kind of this idea of the Dharma, as I understand, our role may bring us our path
Hold
in
on,
life.
Jack. People want to know you're not vaccinated, are you? Sorry for interrupting you. But you're not vaccinated after the military. You're not vaccinated with the fucking new thing, right? Now
Not
shut
yet.
up.
I'm waiting for Pfizer to
What do
release
you
something
mean?
new.
What do you mean not yet?
I'm fucking with you. I was trying to play
You
it.
better be, you fucking son of a bitch. You're fucking with me the entire time. You're an agent. Are you a CIA agent? Stop, God.
No, dude. No.
Bro, you're way smarter than you fucking come on, bro. You're playing a
Thank
fucking
you.
game. You're way
Yeah.
smarter than what people think, and that's the funny part.
Thank
I
you
know
for
you're playing.
saying that.
I see the
You
fucking game
too.
you're playing.
I see it you've got it. That's why you see it, brother. And thank you for noticing because hey, maybe you can resonate with this. Most of my life, people have misunderestimated me by a long ways. They've wanted to dismiss me and tell themselves they didn't have to listen. And many times in my life, I sit back and I'm like, well, fucking told you, you could have listened, could have avoided all this.
What
But
happened to fucking Joe? It's funny. Uncle Joe named me Cage back in the day. No joke.
oh, did he really?
Yeah, but not Joe. A different Joe.
Okay, a
There's
different
plenty
Joe.
of Joes. Yeah. Well,
Different
maybe it's
Joe.
the same one. You never know.
Hey, you know what? This is accurate. Don't judge me. Cage is grumpy and sweet at the same time. You're like grumpy and sweet.
I'm a bit rough around the edges, you know.
Yeah, a
Easy
little
with
bit. A little bit. Hey, I am too. And maybe that's why we resonate and get along. But I'm feeling complete, my brother. I think I'm going to wrap this up. You got anything final to drop?
No, it's great having me. Thank you for having me, Jack. Much love to everybody. Well, I don't really like that word love because it's thrown around too much. But everybody take care of business. That's all I can say.
Respect. Thank you, Cage. Hey, taking care of business is a form of love, because if we've got business in our lives, that means we've got self-chosen obligations, self-chosen duties, maybe not even self-chosen, but by right of our life development. Maybe we got some business to attend to in our personal lives and our business lives. The business of our life is what is important. It's the stuff we got to do. And life brings us stuff we got to do. Maybe we don't want to do it, but an adult overcomes their opinions, does what needs to be done. Figuring out what needs to be done and what we want to be done. Sometimes I encourage for that question, spend some time in reflection and meditation. Determine that need versus desire, that want. And where is the want? Where is the desire coming from? Is it coming from our fear, from our selfishness, from our small place inside? Or our desires in those small places, those are the revenge and, the hurt somebody or make somebody look foolish. Those are the ones that, that comes from a small place. But when we can bring our mind into a place of calm and stillness and letting go of the revenge, of the cruelty, of the darkness, letting go of the negative, the not so good feelings, maybe letting go of the attachment, maybe letting go of this dream of the future you thought, this relationship you had imagined developing. Maybe it's time to let go of the future and the past that aren't for you. And if you bring yourself to a stillness and allow yourself to start over as you right now, knowing what you know, carrying what you've learned, but not letting that knowledge control you. You control you and the direction you go. But each day, each moment, seriously, when I hit, when I sat down, did my prayer, try to gather my thoughts before I hit the start live, I was settling into this moment, trying to prepare Jack to be one with this moment with you, those of you who may pop up or may pop up in the chat. But to be in this moment right now is special. And in a moment, I'm going to end the broadcast and I'm going to go enter into new moments because the end brings new. And I'm always looking forward to the new. The new can be exciting. The new can be fun. The new can be, It's easy to get lost in the darkness of what we don't know, of what we want to assume. And I encourage you, brothers, let go of those limits. Let go of the weakness that fear can bring upon you and allow yourself with love. Go within yourself with love and the truth, the wisdom of a greater perspective can rise through you, with you. And if you pay attention to the world around, you may find the answers just appear. There really is a magical, mystical aspect to the nature of life. So respect it, right? Love it, enjoy it, appreciate it, conserve it, share it. Share your life and the light of you with others. Till next time, brothers and sisters, God bless, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again.